Hi, good morning, guys. Today we're talking to three class of 2020 graduates who are going into Ivy League schools for college, and they will be giving us insights into how they got here and what their plans are for the future. What college did you guys commit to, and what will you guys be studying?
All right. So I got accepted to UPenn. I'm going there and I'll be studying neuroscience.
I'm going to Cornell and I plan on studying computer science.
I'm Leo Martinez. I was committed to Columbia University and I'm interested in studying either computer science or chemical engineering.
What factors did you consider when you started working to get where you are in terms of programs that you participated in and classes that you took?
Obviously to get into one of these top programs, you need to have the most stellar grades. You need really good extracurriculars and you have really high standardized testing scores. And so I really worked hard to get to those. Extracurriculars in mine include coding on Fridays, at Kane, doing the cancer research at Kane on Tuesdays, and doing GSSRP. I feel like GSSRP in particular really helped me for my Columbia application because they specifically asked for a research abstract should I have them. In terms of classes, take the most rigorous classes possible. In freshman year, I was in Algebra 2, Geometry Honors, and Accelerated Physics. And by the time I was a junior, I took 3 APs, and then during my senior year, I took 7 APs.
So that obviously takes a lot of demand. How did you balance the demand of school and your extracurriculars and your personal life?
So like Leo said, if starting freshman year, that's where most of the work begins. Like you start taking higher level classes and you have more on top of you, like along with the extracurriculars that you're taking. So like me, in total, I did like football, wrestling, tennis, and like a whole other like science based extracurriculars. But in my case, it was important to focus on what I wanted to focus on. So I left wrestling and instead I focused on doing the cancer research and coding that Leo does. And I just had to focus on my priorities. And in order to balance it, I had to cut out different kinds of things, or sometimes I'd have to focus on some classes more than others, but in the end, it's worth it.
What's your biggest motivation to continue persevering, both in high school and also in college and in the future?
In high school, I think teachers were a big motivation. So Mr. Banks at Roselle Park High School, he pushes a lot of his students to go like the long distance, apply for these top colleges, and look for a future that you can be proud of. And I think in college, it'll be the same thing where you'll have to surround yourself with people who can encourage you and support you in what you want to do.
So what made you apply to the college of your choice, despite the price tag that comes with it?
It really depends on if the colleges you're applying to matches with what you're doing. For me, UPenn has a lot of research opportunities, so I went there.
So if any of you guys have any advice for current RPHS students who want to pursue Ivy League or other selective colleges, what would you tell them?
I would say that you shouldn't be disheartened by the potential competition that you might have. So, applying to these top colleges, you probably know that you'd be in competition with, National Science Olympiad champions and people like that. But I feel like you should remember that colleges see you in the context of your high school. So you won't be held to the same standard as people who had more opportunities than you. So I'd say as long as you take advantage of every opportunity that you had at Roselle Park High School, you should be in good hands to apply to one of these colleges.
I also want to say that that these colleges are indeed very hard to get into. Like, there's no guarantee to if a way you can get in to these colleges. For me, I applied to 15 other colleges and I only got into one other college. And that really goes to show that it might be luck. A lot of qualified applicants don't get in. So make sure you have backup plans and make sure you don't get too upset if that's the case.
I agree with what Jason said. Make sure you have a backup plan. It's not always like certain that you're gonna get into the college that you want. And like what Leo said, the competition does seem taunting when you look at some kinds of forums if you do, but you should focus on the context of your high school, like Leo said. And even if you're not doing so hot, like even if you're not like the best of the best, like the best at your high school, that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for the drive that you show. So if you get like maybe a B or a C, some marking period, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have straight A's to get into these colleges. And to just focus on what you want to do. You don't try to appeal to the colleges, more build yourself and find out what you want to do in high school and build off that.
Okay, thank you guys for taking the time to answer our questions. Roselle Park High School wishes you all the best of luck in college.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.